Hey guys, Adam here with AmericanMuscle.com. Today we're taking a closer look at and installing the Ford Performance High Flow Air Filter available for the 2010 to 14 GT500 or the 2015 to 2019 GT350 or GT350R. What we're doing today is taking a closer look at this air filter replacement. Now you should be checking this out if you're looking to ditch the factory paper element filter for one that is washable, reusable, a dry filter, and cotton gauze materials. This one is made by Airaid for Ford Performance, and Airaid has been doing this thing for decades. They make some of the best air filters on the market, especially in this category here, something that will improve your airflow and improve your filtration capabilities. Now this 2018 I have with me today only has 1,100 miles on it, and the factory paper element filter it had was pretty dirty. So they get pretty dirty pretty quick, and the dirtier they get, the more restrictive they get with the airflow. Now if you replace it with this cotton gauze option, you're going to be able to filter out a lot more of those particles, increase the airflow, and ultimately pick up a few more horsepower. This option comes in just around the $90 mark, and as you can imagine, the install is going to get an easy 1 out of 3 wrenches on our difficulty meter. Anybody can tackle this at home with a flathead or an 8mm socket. I'm going to take you guys through every step of the process, starting with taking our factory option out, so let's get to it. Tools used in this install include an impact gun, extension, and an 8mm deep socket, or a flathead screwdriver. As far as getting your factory air filter out of the way, you're gonna need an 8mm socket or a flathead screwdriver. We're gonna loosen up the clamp holding the filter to the intake tubing, and we'll pop it right out. Once that clamp's loosened up, you can pull right back on your filter, pop it out of place. We got our factory air filter off the Voodoo motor, sitting next to our Ford Performance option, which again is exactly like an Airaid. You know, they outsourced that Airaid filter, which basically means this is a dry, Synth-the-Max, washable and reusable filter. Comes with that clamp pre-installed, pops right off. The biggest difference between the two is not dry versus oiled. They are both dry, but it's paper element versus multi-layer cotton gauze. The multi-layer cotton gauze is known to have a better filtration capability, so that's the biggest difference here. You're gonna be pulling in a lot more air, and you're also gonna be filtering out a lot more particles. And because it's a dry filter, it's not gonna clog up like an oiled filter would, and it doesn't require as much maintenance. Aside from that, your factory paper element is not washable and reusable. So with this, not only do you get a better airflow and better filtration, but you get one that you can pop off, wash, reuse, and throw it right back in. It's good for track use and street use. A lot of guys might go factory filter for daily driving and an Airaid filter for the track. This is something you can use no matter the application. So installing it exactly like the one we just took off, except this is only going to be for your factory intake. If you guys have an aftermarket intake, this isn't the way to go. This one's gonna be dropping in right to our factory intake tubing. So what we're gonna do is basically install it in the reverse order. Keep in mind that this little notch here is gonna be facing down. It even says it right there on the front, do not oil, face down. So we're gonna pop that in just like this, tighten up that clamp with the same socket. All right, now with the arrow facing down, we're gonna reinstall our new Airaid filter, Ford Performance High Flow filter with the Airaid technology. Once you have that seated completely, making sure that that is facing down, rotate your clamp upward, grab your 8mm socket, and tighten it down. Well guys, that's gonna wrap up my quick overview and install for the Ford Performance High Flow Air Filter for the 10 to 14 GT500 or the lucky owners of a 15 to 19 350 or GT350R. If you wanna pick up more airflow, a better filtration capability with a dry, conical, cotton gauze air filter to replace your factory paper element option in your stock intake, you can pick this one up right here at AmericanMuscle.com.